Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Root Within podcast and video blog. I am recording both at the same time because it's just easier and convenient for me. So if you like the podcast, continue listening here. If you want to watch me recording this same thing and listen as well, you can head on over to YouTube, to my YouTube channel, and watch the video blog as well. With the Root Within podcast, again, I just want to be bringing you all things life, finding your vision, and all things food related. Love food, and I am your host, Jessica. Again, if you want to call me the host, I don't know that I really care for that title, but that's what it is. And I just want to make sure we're having the good conversations around food, healthy food, nutritious food, and listening to your body, finding your vision and passion for life. So last week we talked about my story, and this week I want to just continue that story, but really hit on my journey with mindset and diet, if you want to call it diet. I don't know that I really like the word diet, but that's what it was for me for a while. So that's where I want to start. So after I kind of hit that oh shit moment in late 2010, I started to try to find somewhere that I could go to, start a new diet program, get the weight off, that kind of stuff. And that time I was working in the mortgage industry, and I was working with an amazing mentor. That guy ultimately changed my life. And, just even like simple things. One thing that I remember to this day, he would always say, we don't have problems, we have challenges. Challenges can be overcome. And that stuck with me. So that was the beginning of a mindset shift for me. He really taught me some things about different perspectives, different way to look at things, my drive, some of my passion to succeed came from his mentorship. So while I was working for him, I was doing some networking and, trying to get business and things like that in the mortgage industry. And I was part of a networking group and found this program that one of the women in the group was offering that was like a meal replacement or send meals to your home. So that's where I started. When I hit that wall in like 2010 and decided I needed to make a change, that's where I started. I started with a program that mailed you the food and in packets nonetheless. And the weight did come off. I was like, ooh, this works. The weight comes off. But after about 2.5, 3 months, I couldn't afford that program anymore. Let's just be perfectly honest. It was expensive and I couldn't afford it. So I had to go back to eating real food. So I started eating real food again, and the weight came right back on. And I just started this roller coaster of up and down, and I'd lose a little weight and it would come back on. And I would go to the gym. I had a trainer at the time. I actually used that trainer for many, many years, and he was great, a great guy. He really helped me understand working out and helped me understand how I can push my body, when I need to listen to my body, when it needs to recover, all that kind of stuff. But I still wasn't getting the nutrition side of it. I was trying this diet, trying that diet, and then that one failed. And when I say that one failed, I mean that the scale stopped going down. And that's where we all stop, right? I mean, you start something, you initially lose the weight, and then the scale stops going down. So you stop and you're like, this diet doesn't work. This one sucks. I don't want to do this one again. Nope, I've tried that one. I didn't lose any weight on it. And I was in that cycle. And I was in that cycle for a good 6 years. In 2014, I made a shift in jobs, and I went from working in the mortgage industry to working for a company where I worked in operations. And that job actually opened me up to a lot of things. One, it was stable income for my family. Where in the mortgage industry, I was working on commission. In this business, I had a stable income, and it was a good income for my husband and I. It allowed us to do a lot of things, and it exposed me to really strong-willed women who focused on fitness and eating right. I mean, one of the women that I worked with was how do I want to say this? She wasn't a fitness model. She did like fitness competitions, like physique competitions. That's what she did. She did physique competitions. So she was in really good shape, and the owners of the company, everybody just was physically fit and focused on good nutrition and things like that. So that's where I really got exposed more and more to different types of food, different types of fitness, things like that. So I started to get into it myself. I started lifting weights more. I started changing up from just doing straight cardio all the time to a cardio lifting mix. And I started to look at food a bit differently and try to find the right food mix for me. And I didn't find it right away. Let me tell you that. I still tried every diet out there under the sun. I'm just trying to think about like all the ones that I've done. I've done Whole30. I've done paleo, like strict paleo, not Whole30. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done the program with the meals to my house. I've worked with a trainer that specifically did work with people going for physique and bodybuilding competitions. I worked with him just strictly on nutrition, and let me tell you, that'll get the weight off, but I certainly didn't get the physique that I wanted, because in my mind, I wasn't going to be a bodybuilder, so I didn't work out like that, but I was eating like that. So that was off for me. But through all of that, I really did. I found my love for food, and I found my desire to want to learn more about nutrition. So I started studying it. And I don't know if some of you are like this. I am certainly like this. You get to a point where you have YouTubed it enough and you've Googled it enough that like you're kind of like, okay, your mind is overloaded. There's so much stuff out there. And in this industry, there is a ton of stuff out there. So I was like, okay, well, what do I listen to? Like, what do I do? I don't even understand. I don't even know how my body works. Science was not my thing in school. Like, I didn't understand, right? So I'm like, forget all this. Like, I'm tired of listening to everybody else. I am. Like, I don't want to listen to everybody else. I want to understand it myself. So I started, honestly, this is how it happened. I was going to Supplement Superstore to get my supplements, and I noticed that the guys were all certified through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And I was like, what's that? Back to Google I went. I Googled it, figured out what it was, and I thought, okay, well, if I really want to know nutrition, like, I'm going to study their nutrition program. So I did. I ordered the information, and I was like, okay, I'm going to understand how this works. So I dove into all the content, and this is how proteins work in the body, and this is how carbohydrates work in the body, and this is how your body produces energy, and this is what your body needs to produce energy. And This is, how your small intestines absorb all of your nutrients. And this is how your stomach turns it just everything about how your body works. And I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Like it started to click then, right? I still didn't know what foods I needed to eat to get to the goals I wanted to get. Because remember, at that time, I had just come off working with a bodybuilding coach on nutrition. And so I was at my absolute lowest I'd ever been weight wise, but I wasn't happy. Like the grass was not greener on that side. So if you are someone out there that's like, I want to be a size 2 and I want to be 120 pounds, the grass is not greener on that side. Let me just say that. Because you're going to be dealing with different things over there too. So for me, I got down to the lowest weight I'd ever been. But I'm like, dang, I'm flabby. I would wave by at people out of the truck window and I'm like, I just see flab. And I'm like, well, that's not sexy. That's disgusting. So yeah, I'm super skinny, but I got all this flab. What the heck do I do about that, So there I go again. Start searching for something else. So I did. I got onto this app that I paid for. There was a special promotion. I saw it, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, started working on this app. The trainers on that app are world famous. They are amazing trainers. They're amazing people, I think. And it helped. It helped me build muscle. And I was following the nutrition program that it said, and I was doing fine for a while. I really was. But then I started to look at the food that I was eating, and I'm like, this food, it works, and but it's not the food that I want to be eating. I'm eating it because the app is telling me to eat it, but it's not necessarily the food I want to be eating. Some of it's still pretty processed, and I didn't want to eat it that way. So then I, again, dove a little bit deeper and continued to study the nutrition stuff and was finding, okay, look, they're telling me to eat this on the app because it's this many grams of carbs, it's this many grams of protein, it's this long after my workout. So that's why they're telling me to eat it. I was like, oh, well, duh. Okay, that's clicking. Oh, okay, so I can do this myself. Okay, so how can I replace that highly processed thing that I don't want to eat with a food that I do want to eat? That's going to be the same amount of carbs, same amount of protein, same amount of fats, but now I'm going to get in all the good vitamins and minerals that I want because I'm going to eat something different. So that's where I started to just test and find different things that would work. I could swap this for this, and I could swap that for this. And that really worked for me. As I've continued my studying, as I finalized my certification in that program, I felt like, okay, I know what my body needs. I have fully listened to my body, and I feel like I know what it needs. So today, I'm in a space that I'm still working out as if I'm building strength and muscle. That's where I'm at. I follow someone online that posts her workouts every day, and I follow that. And she's a professional bodybuilder. That is not something that I want to do. I don't want to be a bodybuilder, but I want to have good muscle and good definition and good tone, and so that's what I do. I follow that, and I eat according to that, and that's my goals, and that's my life, and that's not to say that that's yours, but that's it. That's it for me, and so I eat according to that. I get a good balance of carbs, fats, proteins in that I need for the workouts that I'm doing and for the work that I do every day, and yeah, it's cleared my mind. back to, I left that job that I was doing operations for about a year ago, and that's when I launched Sage Root Nutrition. And leaving that job opened my mind a lot. I was able to see things differently. It was a good job, but it was killing me mentally, and I had to walk away, and I did. And I haven't looked back. I haven't regretted that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had my, oh my God, what did I just do kind of moment, because I took quite a bit of a pay cut, but my mind is in such a better place right now that it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. So that's kind of my journey. And I know I did it quick. Certainly, if you wanted to know day to day what it was like going through certain programs, I mean, I'm happy to share that. Some days, I will tell you, were so hard, and some days now are so hard, but I've gotten to a good place mindset wise. I have pretty darn good self-discipline. I mean, I honestly, I don't go a day without working out or doing some kind of physical activity. That's just me. And but I'm off the roller coaster. I'm off the roller coaster diet. I can't tell you the last time I've been on the scale, mainly because I'm gaining muscle, so I know my number's going to go up, and that's just going to kill me mentally. So I don't get on the scale. I go by how I feel, and I go by the new definition that I see. I never thought my arms would be this big. I never thought that I could make a muscle and there would be something there. I always just thought I had to be skinny, and I am not. I decided I'm not going to be that skinny toothpick girl. I am going to be a girl that has muscle. I just, I wish somebody would have shown me back when I was younger how to make a muscle, because it's pretty sad and pathetic now. I'm like, am I making this muscle right? I don't even know. For those of you watching the video blog, I'm not even going to do it. Like, I can make a muscle right now, but nah, you don't want to see that. So anyway, that's my journey to self-healing, and that's my journey to getting my mind right. It's taken a while. I will tell you that my mind still isn't right on some days, but I do the best I can. And with everything that I'm going to hopefully bring to you, I hope that you find the right balance for your body. I hope you learn to listen to your body. I hope you learn to listen to what your mind's telling you, and know when to tell your mind, no, you're wrong, and know when to say, no, I need to listen to my mind at this point. So thanks for staying with me today. Thanks for tuning into the podcast and also tuning into the video blog. I hope you guys are getting good information out of this. I promise you it will not just be talking about me all the time. We will talk about other things, so stay tuned for more, and talk to y'all soon. Have a good day.